looks like Luiz is keeping on mulligan to 5. Kind of unfortunate. Not sure who's on the player draw, but we're about to find out. Looks like Caleb is opening with a Mox Sapphire, Island Cycling, Lorien revealed. Looks like Caleb is a graveyard above the library kind of person. No punishment for that, but, you know. Not exactly sure which island he's going to get. It's probably going to be he's getting a raw green Triome, the Jeskai Triome. I believe Caleb mulliganed to 6. I think both players mulliganed, so not a bad way to start. I've got a Polluted Delta as Luiz's first play, and
let's change that to something raw.
Change that to something raw. Time Walk. Yes, we might be seeing this card cast at some point today. All right, Wooded Foothills, the play for Caleb.
Caleb's points are in Time Walk, Mystical Tutor, and Mox Sapphire.
It's a pretty good spread. What's Luiz on?
Let me find this deck. Asking the tough questions.
Asking the right questions. You can search, I believe. All right, Hedge Maze, the grab for Luiz. These in a format that has access to every single card in Magic that isn't banned in Vintage, which is almost all of them, it's interesting to see these dual lands having a kind of a big play in mostly combo decks, but the ability to fetch a draw filterer is kind of substantial, and also plays with some graveyard strategies as well.
Yeah. It's just awesome. Also, the drawback of these cards is that you naturally draw them sometimes, and you kind of don't want to come into play a tapped land. But when your deck has 100 cards, you mitigate that drawback quite a bit.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, Luiz also is on Time Walk for his most of his points. So there's be some walking happening.
Looks like a Hedge Maze for Caleb as well. Yeah, I actually played against Luiz in my third match of our weekly Canlander tournament on Wednesday. He crushed me, but it was actually kind of a treat to just because I've managed to dodge all of the Nadu madness, and haven't really seen the deck go off. So it was actually really nice to just kind of see how the deck operates, which... yeah, it was, but yeah, he did show me the Time Walk and was like, I am going to kill you with all of this stuff that I have on the battlefield. It was like, you're right, this is a good game.
It's kind of a nice backup for if you're going to do a Nadu. So Nadu, the way Nadu plays out, if we want to talk about Nadu.
Yeah, if we're gonna have to talk about Nadu.
We're gonna have to talk about Nadu. Is it Nadu or Nadu?
I have no idea.
Anyway, this is Nadu. He's the greatest bird ever printed. And he's a 3/4 flyer for blue, green, 1, or 1 green, blue. I'll say it the correct way.
Yep.
And basically what happens, anytime one of your creatures gets targeted, you get to reveal the top card of your deck and either put it in your hand, some would call that drawing a card, but Nadu doesn't, or put it directly into play.
If it is a land, it goes directly into play. If it isn't, it goes into your hand. Yeah. But there's a drawback to this ability, BK.
Yeah, only twice per turn though.
It's only twice per turn. That's it.
Right.
There's nothing wrong
you only
with
get to do it twice per turn, per creature, and it's not as broken as a lot of people think.
Yeah.
I think, right?
It's what do we got here? Looks like, is that a Mox Diamond? Not Mox Diamond. What's the one that exiles a thing?
It's Chromox.
Chromox.
I didn't see him.
Is that an Othari?
Anything,
no, he's got it underneath it.
I think he just played an Othari.
Yes, I believe that is an Othari coming in. Othari, one of those creatures that kind of gets out of hand really, really fast.
It's Otari, isn't it?
It might be Otari. I don't know. Sorry, we're having trouble spelling mythical bird creature.
It's not that.
That is not Kadoltha Ringleader.
I'm gonna cheat.
we're gonna actually look up the. Alt-tabbing is kind of distracting.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. There's no good way to do it anyway. All right. Right there. Otharri.
Two R's. Oh,
Two
of
R's.
course.
All right. So Luiz kind of up against it here.
All right, look at this guy. Flying, lifelink haste, 3/3. Whenever he attacks, you get a 2/2 for each experience counter you have. And you get an experience counter every time you attack.
Yes, and I don't think the bottom text is very relevant. I don't know how many rebels Caleb is playing.
He's making them.
All right, we've got a...
You make one every turn.
That's true. All right, we have a Green Suns for, I'm assuming that is 3. Othari is a flyer, but you know who else has flying? And 4 toughness.
Oh.
Well, you know what? Endurance almost has flying, as it has hidden reach. That is one of the abilities that that card has. That
It's got real reach.
it does have. Well, you're right. There aren't a lot of. There we go.
That's not Mox Amber, is it?
I don't think so. I think that's a special Chrome. Yeah, that's a Chrome Mox. That's definitely a Chrome Mox.
What did he exile? Oh, there's a gush underneath it. Okay.
There's a card. Yeah.
I'm catching up. I just had some pizza. My brain's moving a little slower.
Yeah. That's all right. Got some pizza brain.
Pizza brain.
All right.
Too much cheese and carbs.
The
It's a common Wisconsin.
that counter on Othari, by the way, is not a +1/+1 counter. It is an experience. It is Caleb's experience counters.
Yeah.
All right, Caleb also on the time spiral.
Yeah.
On the time spiral, the train looks like it's a very popular card today. Unfortunately, Caleb's only going to be able to untap 5 lands. It looks like as.
Because he has 2 Moxes in play.
Oh, yes. Oh, I didn't even notice that. Yeah,
Yeah.
only 4 lands untapped with Time Spiral, so not the most valuable.
It's like a 2 Casagas Time Twister instead of 0 like it usually is.
Yeah. All right. Looks like we got. What do we have? We have. We've got a Johnny Vengeant. That's kind of a blast from the past.
It is Walkers.
I love a Johnny Vengeant. It is one of my favorite planeswalkers. I 3-0'd my first ever Vintage Cube draft with a deck that was running a Johnny Vengeant. So it will always have a special place in my mind. This planeswalker that's about to hit the field, though, that card is messed up. Want to tell us about 3 Fairy, aka Teferi Time
I want to talk
Raveler?
about a Johnny Vengeant.
You wanna
'cause I also that's one of my claims to fame.
Really?
He was a star of Boat Brew, one of my bigger decks.
All right.
Yeah, Teferi Time Raveler is, we all know him, right?
Even if we don't, we do. All right, Athari coming in for this card gets out of hand really, really fast. This is
Teferi gets to bounce something for -2. That's -3, usually the first thing he does, and draw a card. And then he adds some rules to the game. One rule is the opponent can't cast spells unless they can cast it as a sorcery. And the other is if you plus it, you can play your cards as if they have flash.
yes, it is your instants and sorceries specifically. Not all cards, just instants and sorceries. Or cast sorceries as though they have flash. Instants already have flash. But Luiz took 7 from an attack from Athari and a group of rebels. Let's see what we got here. Going down to 8 with an Arid Mesa fetch. What does Luiz have in store for us? I've been trying to keep an eye on his hand, but I think he's playing him a little bit closer. Also, I'm doing quite a bit. All right, we've got I believe that's a Savannah. You want to know something crazy? I thought it would be harder to tell the duels apart. I thought it'd be.
They're the easier ones, I think.
Yeah.
Compared to some of the cards.
Yeah, kind of proud of myself. I'm going to pat myself on the back for this one. But Luiz getting a Savannah with the Arid Mesa. Let's see what he's got. He's got 5 mana available to him. His hand, I believe that is a Time Walk in Luiz's hand. He might end up having to play it as an Explorer, but he's got a Stoneforge Mystic. What are his gets for Stoneforge Mystic? Okay, so he is casting the Time Walk. His gets for Stoneforge Mystic are Shuko and Skull Clamp. Okay, so he's cast Time Walk, 2 mana for the Stoneforge Mystic. Let's see what he goes and gets. Shuko and Time Walk both cost 1 mana, so he can cast those. He's grabbing the Shuko and casting it. Shuko is kind of the thing that one of the cards that makes the Nadu deck kind of makes the Nadu deck run. That's I don't actually. I'm estimating it. All right.
It gives +1/+0 to a creature. I mean, it equips for 0. That's kind of
It equips for 0, yes. Notably, this card is the card that actually kind of like works really well with Nadu, as it gets to target your creatures for free. Although I don't think Luiz actually has Nadu in hand, but he is going to attack down this Teferi.
After jacking it up with Shuko.
Yep. He's going to play an... Ooh, okay. We've got an Eternal Witness, returning Time Walk, recast Time Walk. All right. So...
All right. Luis is like, I'm going to be the one having fun here, not you.
Yes, Luiz is like, you're the Time Walk deck? No, I'm the Time Walk deck. We're going to see if he can string things together, because he is still kind of on the back foot here. Is that an Invasion of Ikoria in his hand?
Could be.
It looks like he's got a battle of some sort.
Shipping for 4 more, as if he can take another turn or something.
It's entirely possible. He is counting his mana. He has 7 mana available to him. He is going to Chord of Calling. All right. Is he... Looks like... Is Chord of Calling for 4? Chord of Calling
I would
for
guess
4.
he's Chord of Calling for 3. Because I bet he's...
Oh, no, he's tapped... Yeah, he's tapped 3 lands.
I bet he's getting Nadu here.
Yeah, he's going to get his Nadu.
We're off to the bird
everybody.
races here.
We're going to bring up Nadu really quick so that everybody can kind of play along with us, and we are going to see what goes on here.
Do you want to narrate all of these game actions? Or
All right, I can do my best. I can do my best here. All right, so here's what's going to happen. Nadu is now on the battlefield. We are going to start. We're going to target. We're going to target Shuko, or target Eternal Witness with Shuko. Once, now twice. He is going to put 2 lands into play with Nadu's ability. Now he's going to move on and target Wall of Roots with Shuko. He's going to put a Fiend Artisan in his hand and a Delighted Halfling. All right, Delighted Halfling no longer has any target things available. All right, we have a Recruiter of the Guard and an Ephemerate. Oh, Ephemerate's a really, really good one. Shuko is going to target Nadu once. Green Sun Zenith goes into his hand. All right, and Caleb has seen enough.
Caleb's done.
Caleb has seen enough, because notably...
Nice combo, kid.
Yes, notably what's going to happen is that Ephemerate is going to... Luiz had mana available. He was going to target his Nadu with the Ephemerate, just blinking it. And what the blinking the Nadu does is it, as Nadu enters as a brand new creature, basically, has no memory of anything that happened previously in the turn. All of his abilities reset.
Yep, doesn't remember any of its activations.
Yep, so all of the targets, everything like that, are going to get to be reset. And Caleb kind of has been around this. He sees the writing on the wall. Well, Luiz is not guaranteed to win with all of the Nadus. He does, like all of the Nadu triggers, he does need to get certain cards, but he has a couple of ways of winning. One of them is Finale of Devastation. He can, you're going to get enough lands into play with Nadu's ability to Finale of Devastation, where X equals more than 10, and give all of your creatures haste and trample. That is one of the ways. That's how he was able to kill me. Let's see, what else does he have in his deck?
You can just cast a Time Walk and attack with everything.
He does have to get the Time Walk back, but they're...
In that case, but
yeah,
sometimes you just draw into it.
I mean,
use any of your lands that you went into play to cast it.
I mean, heck, actually, what he might have done instead of targeting the Nadu is he could have ephemerated his Eternal Witness to get the Time Walk back and then casted it as well, because he had not used his Wall of Roots counter that turn as well.
He was probably into, drawing 12 more cards though.
Probably. Well, I mean, you do get to do it, and also have cast Time Walk.
Yeah, that's true.
Let's see what other ways does he have? He has an Attrax in his deck. This deck is kind of spicy.
There's a lot of good stuff here.
Yeah, go ahead and you're screen sharing. All right.
Yeah. There's that Nadu brew that's happening.
We will make these deck lists, or at least try to make these deck lists available for everybody once we.
Lots of way. He's got a birthing ritual in there. That's
He does
cool.
have birthing ritual. It is pretty sweet.
All right,
both
we're
players take a look
starting,
at the
and
openings.
Caleb shouldn't have a ponder to start.
All right. Prismatic Vista into Findorn Elves. My guess is that Luiz is going to grab a basic forest. If not, we will call the judge. Sweet island choice for Caleb.
That's the Urza Saga Lightning Bolt Island.
Yep.
I was an early adopter on that one.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of half art lands in general, but those are some really sweet islands. Is that a snow-covered forest?
Much like Hever.
Got a tundra. Both players playing the shuffle game.
It does have the shuffling problem.
Yes, I think. Yeah, one of the only digs against Canlander is that it is you have to consistently shuffle a 100-card deck, but
that's true of almost all Eternal formats. So
yeah, just
all right,
lots
we're
of
gonna
shuffling.
see a time walk from
World's
Caleb
most
on
expensive
turn 2.
explorer. Shocking into steam vents.
When you're island of time walkers, you refer to it as getting it in the mix.
All right. So, Teferi, Time Raveler, the play for Caleb.
Yeah, I'll get it.
Oh, I was just going to turn that off. We don't need it yet.
That's it.
What? Okay.
Turn one off.
Oh, this. All right. Elegant Parlor, I believe, is the white-blue Surveil land, putting a Savannah into the graveyard. That is not Elegant Parlor. Mystic Library? That's my second guess.
Meticulous Archive.
Meticulous Archive.
Let's see if I was right.
Yes, you are correct. All right. Yes, all right. Scalding Tarn. What do we get in Scalding
All
Tarn?
right.
Luiz is down a land. But
Well, yeah, that's mainly due to the time walk and.
yes. That was
And the Teferi bouncing the elf. That was a huge mana
tempo
advantage play by Caleb.
Yes. So Caleb is going to have 4 mana available to him, while Luiz is. Luiz does have a Botanical Sanctum in his hand, so he will be up to 4 mana as well. So we'll see if. All right, Mystic Sanctuary. I wonder what Mystic Sanctuary is going to target. I will give you one guess.
Could be anything.
It could be anything.
Could be a boat.
We'll ponder.
Could be a ponder.
We'll ponder about it. Oh, he's choosing the Time Walk. Time Walk, being put on top of Caleb's deck, and then he is casting a Pyroglyph, taking out the Findorn Elves. BK, would you like to talk about Pyroglyph?
I would love to talk about Hieroglyph. This is like my new favorite card.
Yep, the Ripple Foil extended art version that he definitely didn't just get today. Pyroglyph. Caleb actually killed me on stream with this card.
It's like a Lurglyph, only it costs 2 more. It's like a Tarmogoyf, only it costs 2 more. But also, it gives itself and all Lurglyphs you play after it the ability to deal damage to any target equal to its power.
All right.
We got another time walk.
Yeah, we have
Luiz.
Steel Shaper's Gift cast by Luiz, probably grabbing Shuko. And then he also, Shuko the grab for Steel Shaper's Gift, and then he has now cast Time Walk to basically explore on his own. Slightly better than Caleb's Time Walk.
Well, he might just go off with Nadu, too.
There is a chance. I haven't seen a lot of Luiz's deck, or a lot of Luiz's hand, but. All right. Got a Green Sun Zenith, Shuko. I believe
Sun?
I think that's an Nadu in hand. I don't know. I haven't seen enough Nadu, believe it or not, to recognize him instantly.
I can't tell.
Green Sun Zenith, Shuko. That's a Rafine's Tower, I believe.
Yeah.
whatever the Bant one is, which is
Rafid's Tower is Esper. Bant is Spara's headquarters.
Spara's headquarters, yeah. And then I think that's a Wooded Foothills? Maybe? Alright, what do we got here? It might be Green Sunsing for 1.
He's gonna...
Green Suns for 2. What are his gets?
Could be that Nantuko.
Springheart Nantuko.
Does he have it?
Yeah, he does. Springheart Nantuko, Sylvan Carry added.
Oh, Lotus Cobra. That's awesome.
Lotus Cobra is a really, really sweet card.
A favorite of Chris of mine for sure.
Yes. The which makes me think that Luiz does in fact have a fetch land in hand if he's grabbing.
I did see a
Lotus
Wooded
Cobra.
Foothills.
Yes.
So the way this card works, every time a land comes into play, you get a mana of any color. It works very nicely with fetch lands.
Yep. It makes your fetch lands basically tap for 3.
Yeah.
Which is kind of crazy. Also, for those of you who may be newer to the game, yes, this is the original printing of Lotus Cobra, and believe it or not, Lotus Cobra was originally printed as a May ability. It was not a must when it was first printed. It has been Oracle texted to be a must. I will keep my complaints about that very, very short and non-existent. The play, though, being Spara's headquarters, triggering, getting a mana, and Shuko. Caleb has cast his Time Walk into Broadside Bombardiers, which is kind of a messed up card in and of itself as well. Would you like to bring that card up?
Yep.
Yep, there you go. Broadside Bombardiers, just kind of, you can probably just, yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Menace Haste 2/2 every time it attacks. It has a boast ability, which means if it is attacked, you can sacrifice a permanent to
Creature or artifact.
creature artifact.
Yeah. It's not that busted. All right, Luiz.
Another creature artifact.
Yes. So even less not that busted, but still. All right.
And Triumph of St. Catherine. This is a fun one, too, if you're not familiar.
Yes, Universes Beyond card from the Warhammer series.
Lifelink 5/5, and if it dies, you put it 6 cards down. You shuffle one of the top 6 with the top 6 cards of your deck, and put it back on top in a random order.
Yes. Okay. Got it. Okay.
Oh, did he just chuck it at Luiz immediately
Wait, what?
with the Broadside Bombardier?
Oh, yeah. Looks like it. Caleb going incredibly aggro.
Drops him to 1.
Drops him to 1. That Wooded Foothills is now a dead card in Luiz's hand, as the Lotus Cobra is dead.
The Wasteland huge because it stops him from potentially not doing.
All right.
Luiz looks at his hand, doesn't have enough, and we're gonna go to game 3.
Game 2.
Game 2?
Game 2.
Oh yeah.
This is game 3. Oh yeah, I haven't updated everything. Wow, look at me.
We haven't updated anything.
Yes,
I'm taking half of that.
All right. Sorry about that, everybody. All right. Yes, we are going to game 3. Luiz will be on the play. Yeah, I forgot that we actually got to see Nadu do stuff. Is that finally bothering you?
It did.
All right. You unlocked the bomb. All right, so we kind of got to watch Caleb do his thing with casting a couple time walks and just playing a couple of value creatures. Weirdly enough, or not weirdly, but interestingly enough, I think the only Planeswalker we have seen Caleb cast is Teferi Time Raveler. But sometimes that's enough. A removal spell, a card that shuts down the opponent's instant speed interaction, and any counter magic, anything like that, it's usually a really good card. Some might say a questionable design.
I don't know.
Card that gets banned.
I think it's born out to not be that big a deal, right?
I don't know. A card that gets banned in multiple formats.
This is one of my most hated cards, and a lot of it is because of just the amount of experience you need with the card to play against it. Like plenty of it's so punishing to newer players.
Yeah. All right.
You'll see because the other player will get to see cards in their hand that they weren't legally able to play.
Yeah. Both players taking a mulligan here. Not happy with their opening 7.
No time walks, ship it.
No time walks. But now that we have some...
Caleb's deck, I love Caleb's deck. Caleb's deck is such a BK deck. I don't know. It looks like something I'd build.
Yeah,
it's like a bunch of, it's just the greatest hits of the vintage cube, I feel like. And then
and also Planeswalkers.
with this Planeswalker time walk
Yeah, actually it's
thing around it.
greatest hits plus time walkers. Plus Planeswalkers.
Yeah.
You got me saying it.
Time walkers.
Time walkers.
Island of Walkers.
Not exactly sure when you sent that chat, Dusty, but yeah, we're happy to bring this to you. This has been this whole tournament has been a labor of love by more specifically Edward Johnson and Judge Siegler, both huge ambassadors for the format here at Misty Mountain since probably 2018, in the before times.
Yeah, somebody corrected us earlier, and we said at least 3 years, and it's actually 5 years. I think they started pre-pandemic, right?
Yeah, they did. They definitely did.
You're older than you think you are.
Yeah.
It's been 6.
Yep. All right. Caleb mulliganing to 5 here. This is a rough 5, but he does have a Lotus in hand, and that might have to be enough.
That's not a Lotus.
It's not a Lotus, you're right.
There's a fast bond.
He's putting a fast bond on the bottom because fast bond's pretty bad with mulligans.
Yeah, it's not the best 5 card.
No, it's not. Okay, he has a hand that looks like it's going to have to do some work. You're going to need to draw out of that hand. All right. Luiz
Both these players 1-1 right now, so...
Yep. All right, quick. What's the white green? What's the green white?
Lush Portico.
Lush Portico, the play. Keeping the Surveil on top. We have a Verdant Catacombs, the play for Caleb. Pass.
I know all the green ones because I draft them in Cube.
Yavimaya into Wall of Omens. Caleb might actually be happy with that Yavimaya play. Yavimaya being the Forest of Urborgs.
Yeah,
turning all lands in play also forests. So, Caleb opting not to tap his Verdant Catacombs for mana and instead fetching up probably...
Guessing a black-blue or a blue-red or something.
Probably his Triome. Or one of them.
Well, he's already getting...
A Hedge Maze.
I don't like the green, though. Caleb, why don't you get a black-blue?
He probably needs... Does he have the Undercity
It already
Sewers?
makes green. He's got Yavimaya.
I'm assuming Caleb has Undercity Stewards in his deck, but he
One
might not.
would think, but he doesn't.
No, it doesn't. Wait, this is Luiz's deck.
Oh, well, it's on a different tab.
It's on a different tab. All right. There we go. All right. No, you can just leave it there. It's fine.
Let's see if we
Marsh
caught the
Flats.
misplay.
No, he does not have it.
I don't see it. Yeah.
Nope. All right.
I guess it's
so
This is the only shot.
All right. Avacyn's Pilgrim, the play for Luiz. And those are snow-covered forests, right?
That is a snow-covered forest.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Caleb once again choosing to use his fetch land for what it was designed for and not for what Yavimaya allows it to be. But color fixing yourself on a mulligan to 5 is probably really important. So let's see what
He's making it work as well as he can with 2 lands. He's facing down
also
a pretty big mana disadvantage here, and
his opponent on 4 mana.
the Womans.
The draw Urza Saga.
That's a big pickup.
That is a really good pickup. What's he playing? Monastery Mentor. An oldie but a goodie. For those of you who have not seen Monastery Mentor, I will task BK for bringing that up on the screen real quick.
Sure.
But it is is it a 2/2 or a 3/3?
2/2.
2/2
Right now.
I think it's a 3/3 for 3 with prowess. But
No, it's
also
a 2/2 for
2/2 for 3 with prowess, but also creates other prowess creatures really, really quickly.
Okay, we saw crop rotation, and they got Force of Willed
Force of
by Caleb, or Force of Negation.
Force of Negation. That's actually really big. That
Yeah.
crop rotation is supposed to be in exile. I can.
Nope, it's countered.
But yes, it's countered. But when it's countered with Force of Negation, it goes into exile.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's true.
But I can run and go get that really quick. But
It's a big shift for Caleb because it's like sacrificing of the land is part of the cost for crop rotation, so that's gonna put Luiz down a mana. He Force of Willed it, Chris. Oh, well, he's gone. He Force of Willed, he did Force Negation. Because that happened on, yeah.
I was wrong.
I think it's probably because it happened on Caleb's turn. He couldn't Force a Negation it. He had to Force a Will it.
Then that does mean that he couldn't pitch cast the Force of Negation.
He didn't. He cast Force a Will.
Oh, Force of Will cast. Oh my goodness gracious, alive! I'm blind.
Yeah. Well, apologize to the players for interrupting their game with.
We're all learning here. Yep, yeah, we did. Yep, that was my bad. Force of Will countered rotation. Yep, sorry, Cooley.
I'm embarrassed for everybody. I'm embarrassed for everybody.
Yes.
No, we all. Cards are complicated, man.
Yeah. When it's not often that you see a pitch cast card to pitch cast to cast a pitch cast card.
That's about the most value you can get. That's so much value out of one Force of Will. You destroyed a land. You destroyed a land in play. You got a 1/1 token.
Yeah, that was huge, and
With
Caleb
both.
snapped that off really, really fast, which means that he's kind of on it. Also, really, really big draw
what's
for Caleb
cracking?
here. A good old Caracas. You want to bring up Caracas really quick to show people why this is a really big deal against a deck that is built around a legendary creature.
I feel this is one of the best cards in all of Canadian Highlander, and kind of
And
it
cube.
should have a point, in my opinion. But yeah, it's and cube.
Yeah.
Basically taps to return a legend to owner's hand, or destroys it.
Now, mind you, this
or
is the.
Tetra White.
Yeah, let me just bring up a. There we go. A more updated. Actually, he's got the Eternal Masters one. Will be even more correct. There we go. A large legendary creature, but Caleb going to create a construct that is power and toughness equals the number of artifacts he controls, which is currently 1. Draw his card, and then debate whether or not he wants to make another one before Urza Saga's trigger happens again. All right, he opts to do that, and now he's going to go get an artifact with casting cost 1 or 0. Not mana value 1 or 0, casting cost 1 or 0, specifically. Don't remember offhand what his gets are. I saw a Lotus Petal go by, but I can't imagine that's the only thing that he can grab. He is grabbing Sensei's Divining Top. A card beloved by many, hated by more, I think.
I like a top.
Good old Sensei's Divining Top. Oh, you wanna... Yes. So we haven't saved the... There we go. Oh, I ruined it that time. I'm ruining everything this match. All right. Play with Polluted Delta and passing the turn. All right, Luiz is playing an Urza Saga of his own.
Top Mentor, kind of a sweet combo too.
Top Mentor is a pretty sweet combo. It might actually help him go over the top in this game. Pun intended. All right, Luiz tapping 3 mana. Casting a Spellseeker here. Is probably going to go get a Time Walk, but he can't cast it. What are his other gets?
It's getting an Ephemerate,
He's getting Ephemerate, okay.
which I think is pretty great.
Yeah, he can Ephemerate his
Spellseeker.
Yeah, he can Ephemerate his Spellseeker to go grab Time Walk, or his Wall of Omens to Well,
Yeah,
he's
that's sweet.
he's
I wanna
probably
build
gonna
Ephemerate Spellseeker now.
he's probably going to ephemerate his Spellseeker to get Time Walk, and then his Wall of Omens on the rebound to, or maybe not.
I just keep looking at that Spellseeker.
Yeah, he has quite a few gets with Spellseeker actually. Aladamri's
You
Call.
gotta look at the sorceries too.
Oh yeah, yeah. He's got quite a few things that he can grab.
Helping
with.
Hand, Neoform. Neoform's pretty awesome.
Neoform
Can
would
turn
help.
in. He gets a Spellseeker for Nadu.
Yeah, but with a Caracas on the field, Nadu's probably off the table for at least the time being until.
Until he gets that Sylvan Safekeeper into play. Does he have one?
Does he have a Sylvan Safekeeper? It does not look like he does. Sylvan Safekeeper is really, really bad because it gives Shroud. You can't target your own stuff.
You can't target that card. You can target the rest of them.
True.
11 in the round, Magic players.
All right, we have a Taiga discarded. I think. No. Yes. Remember when I said that I could recognize them all?
Which
Doing
one?
bad.
Which
The
card?
card that was discarded to Mox Diamond, the one on top.
That's
Okay.
Plateau.
Plateau. All right.
The second artwork of Plateau, which is probably why it's messing with you.
Ah.
Most people aren't familiar with the first one.
All right. Caleb casting the top again. It's getting a little army of monks
Yeah.
there.
It's just to get another monk in play, for the most part.
And his constructs are currently 4/4s, which is pretty healthy on this board. He might actually start chunking in with those.
Yeah, he kind of has a monster force of creatures here, because the sensitive mind tile will get him another monk and also pump up all his monks with a +1/+1. Any more spells, he's gonna
Okay, in
he's
response.
gonna spin the top. In response, Ephemerate's gonna happen on the Spellseeker. Caleb's gonna spin the top again in response, so that he still gets his activation.
Otawara, Brainstorm, and Bloodstained Mire, the top 3 cards of Caleb's library.
So he could trade for this Otawara, but he's 1 mana short of casting it because he has no legendaries in play.
It's actually channeling.
Or channeling. It channels for 4, right?
It channels for 4.
Yeah. So what he's going to do is he's going to
gonna
put the
Brainstorm.
He's going to trade for the Brainstorm.
Oh. We have a human doing its best prowess monk
Get this
impression.
man some monks. Blink away, sir.
All right.
All right.
He's
Luiz.
probably going to go grab Time Walk. Yep.
Time walk.
If I had a nickel for every time I've seen a Spellseeker grab a Time Walk, I'd have a couple dollars, I think. Oh, that means that's over 20 times. Okay, I'd have at least $1.
So Caleb resolving his Brainstorm while Luiz shuffles. Come back.
He's actually resolving his second top.
No, there's no top in play.
Well, no, he had a activated top.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Thank you, discount. Discount. We are happy to be here.
You're gonna cast that top, get another token.
All right, and Caleb is chunking in. Don't have an accurate count on the number of prowess triggers that monk has, but it's at least 3.
I'm guessing it's equal to the number of monks with summoning sickness that Caleb has in play.
So 4.
Yeah.
4 is at least 3, but yes, that is.
So you're right.
Yeah, we're both right.
So this is an attack for
8 plus.
21.
It's quite a bit. Yes, 6 off of the Mystic. 6, 5.
He's gonna take 15 here, I think, unless he left a monk back.
Monastery Mentor was 6. Regular
Oh wait,
monk was
2 of them
5.
are construct tokens, which
Yeah,
are
which are
locked in.
4/4s,
Okay,
yeah.
sorry, I miscalculated. Sorry about that, chat.
8 plus 11 is 19. Yeah, so it was
All right,
an
and-
attack for 19.
He went and got Neoform with
All
the
right, with the second,
rebound.
you have the rebounded Ephemerate.
All right, let's see if Luis can put this together. Caleb, kind of F6'd here.
Not really. He's got that. He's got that Caracas.
He has the Caracas, yeah.
That active.
The last line of defense.
Yes.
Yeah, I think if Luis had a Sylvan Safekeeper in his deck, had the ability to get it out, he'd be in really good shape here.
Yeah, that Spellseeker could have gotten the Green Suns and then Sylvan Safekeeper, but we'll see what happens here. We've got Time Walk. Luiz digging.
Does he, if he has a if he had a Pithing Needle in his deck?
He does not. He only has
Okay.
those two artifacts.
Because then he could Time Walk or Saga or Pithing Needle, the Caracas.
Yeah,
right?
I don't think a lot of people are on Pithing Needle in Canlander. At least unless you're not unless you're a dedicated artifact deck, and even then I'm not sure.
I know I tend not to put it in my decks, but
Yeah.
it's pretty good. I
Yeah.
don't know. Still kind of holds it down.
He might have.
I
Does
just
he have
wanna make
Collector
sure-
Oof in his? Does he have? Oh well, Collector Oof doesn't do anything with lands. Never mind. All right, so Urza's Saga was being. We had a Steel Shaper's Gift cast. We're grabbing a Skull Clamp. I think
Not
Luiz
huge.
is just. I think he's digging. I think he's trying to find a way to get around all of this. I don't know. I don't know if.
It's gonna clamp up.
I don't know if he's got a way out of this.
His ways out is, I mean, a Wasteland would do it, right?
Does he have it? You're on the wrong deck list.
Find out.
It was up already.
You're right. He
Does not have a wasteland.
not have a Wasteland.
All right. He's shocking in a Hallowed Fountain.
He had 6 mana. I mean, he can Neoform and replay the Nadu, right?
What is
He's
he?
casting Helping Hand, which returns a creature with mana value 3 or less to the battlefield tapped. Let's give him an Orim's Chant. Orim's Chant. Let's show that one off. Recently added to Modern, Orim's Chant.
Originally printed in Plane Shift?
Plane Shift, yeah. Target player can't play spells this turn. If you pay the character cost, creatures can attack. Unfortunately, not Abeyance. Abeyance would save him. And draw a card.
Okay. So
Because-
that was turn 1 with the Time Walk, by the way.
He took 2 Time Walk turns?
No, that was turn 1. That was the pre-Time Walk turn. This is the Time Walk turn now. All right.
So now he's going to Saga, go get an artifact. I'm guessing this
He
is gonna be the
doesn't have it
Shuko.
anymore, I think. Or Shuko got back in his deck. I thought he had gotten it at one point.
I think it was last game.
Maybe.
All right.
Yeah.
I think he's good. I think he might be able to. It might be dicey whether he actually combos off against Caleb here, but a thing that can happen is he can Neoform for the Nadu, let it get returned to his hand, and then replay it.
Caleb's wouldn't target it until Luiz's turn. Yeah, I suppose. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what's going to happen. He's going to go get the Nadu here.
Yep. Oh, he's gonna get Timeless Witness to get
Timeless
Time Walk.
Witness and get Time Walk instead.
Okay. Yeah, because I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think Neoform has to be 2 mana, or one must be great.
It has
1
to
mana
be.
greater,
It's 1 mana greater.
which you cannot get Nadu if you Neoform.
Messed up my thing.
Oh, sorry.
Messed it up. I think I know the rest of it.
All right. Got a delayed halfling coming out. There we go.
Has to be converted. Cost equal to.
Yeah, 1+. All right. Of note, Timeless Witness should have a +1/+1 counter on it.
Why?
That is extra rules text of Neoform, I believe.
Oh yeah, it is.
But,
That could be critical because if Luis skull clamps it, you could draw 2 cards. So we should probably pause.
I
let them
don't
know.
want to go up and be wrong on this one.
I think you're
but
right,
but
though.
you should let me double check Neoform here. Make absolute sure.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay.
You're right this time.
I am actually right this time.
I think you should go tell him.
Okay.
Because that's pretty critical. We're gonna try to stop Luiz from drawing 2 extra cards. He might not be doing it anyway.
Like, I don't think it's gonna matter this, but
Yeah.
yes. Okay.
All right. All right.
All right, everything. Magic is a very complicated game, and rule cards have a lot of text on
I
them.
hope Luis doesn't think the Orange Giant's gonna stop the Karakas from doing something.
I can't imagine. He's probably just setting up. He's got an Invasion of Ikoria, I believe, I think that's the only playable battle.
Oh, there's plenty of them. What about the white one?
I have no idea. All right. Cool.
Yeah, that's both teams tried hard.
Enters the battlefield, search your library and/or graveyard with a non-human with mana value X or less. So he cast Invasion for, I'm assuming, 1?
It's a green sun, basically.
Yeah, it's a green suns that costs 1 more. Well, yeah, pseudo green suns.
It's like a finale of whatever.
Finale of Devastation.
Devastation.
Yeah,
Only without
only without the good text.
the boost.
Yeah, it's just a redundant copy of Finale of Devastation or Green Sun Zenith.
Oh, so you're on to time.
Round has gone to time. The Time Walk decks have gone to time. Interestingly,
Yeah. Interesting thing about time walks with extra turns.
yes, is that if you decide to take, it is turn 0. You can also take turns 1, 2, and 3. That is the new Ajani, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Ajani Exile. I don't actually know what Ajani's thing. Pariah. Ajani Nikadal Pariah. Look at me go.
Oh my God. Let's go.
Look at me go. All right.
All right.
We have an Orum's Chant being cast.
I think he
Top in
passed the
response.
turn and Orm's chanted on Caleb's upkeep. Kind of using it as a bad time walk.
Yeah, players are.
I'm surprised Caleb got a turn.
All right. It is turn 2.
Shouldn't this be turn 1 or was it?
Oh,
this is turn 2 now.
this is
Okay.
turn 2. Yeah.
But Caleb could
And is
cast
now-
or attack. So
Yep.
my day, we used to throw that on an Isochron Scepter and do it every turn.
All right. Recruiter of the Guard is being cast. It's grabbing something.
Grabs a creature of toughness 2 or less.
It is grabbing a quick BK. What's that card?
That is a Nomads in core.
Yes.
That's important.
It is an important part of the Nadu combo.
Yeah, it's a way to target things infinitely.
All right, and Nadu has hit the battlefield.
And there's an idea.
All right, Caleb has a response. He has an Odawara. He is going to channel it to return the Nomad's Encore to Luiz's hand.
Okay.
In response to the Nadu specifically, because otherwise Luiz would get a Nadu trigger.
He's in
Kind
rough
of a weird
shape,
card,
though.
the Nomads. Who's in rough shape?
Well, maybe he's not, because
Let me disable that really quick.
yeah, please.
Turn off all notifications. Thank you.
All right. I thought I think Caleb's in a rough place, but really, I don't think he is, because he can.
Pact of Negation being revealed off of something?
Yeah, he got a Nadu trigger targeting with Shuko, and then he's gonna get another Nadu trigger from the.
From
he
Caracas
targeted with
targeting.
Shuko, so he got
Okay.
the Nadu trigger, and then Caleb targets Caracas, he gets another Nadu trigger, but now the Nadu is back in his hand.
All right, it is turn 3 now.
So all he got was two free cards, including a Field of the Dead,
All right.
which he's 1 land short of turning on.
Field of the Dead is.
Oh no,
would
he's
trigger.
many lands short. Most of those are creatures.
Yeah. All right. All right. So Caleb has now cast a whatever it's called. That Sensei's Divining Top. He's now drawing a card. All right. We have 1 prowess trigger. 2
Caleb
mana.
gonna try to do some work here. He's gonna Expressive Iteration.
Yep.
That's pretty cool.
Yep. Expressive Iteration allows you to look at the top 3 cards of your library. You get to put 1 in your hand, 1 in your graveyard, and 1 in the bottom of your library.
I didn't see what he put in his hand. I think it might have been just
I'm
a land.
assuming it's going to be that Sensei's Divining Top,
Caleb kind of has to kill Luis here,
right?
or else. No, he
Oh, it's
exiled
1 in
the-
hand, 1 on top.
Yeah.
1 on. Oh, yeah, 1 in hand, 1 on top, 1 in the. Okay.
one at the bottom of the deck.
All right. So we have 3 prowess triggers now at the top. All right. Return. He's drawing something. Luiz is only at 5, and he has 4 creatures.
Trade with his top card.
I believe that Caleb has lethal here.
He's gonna Gush.
Casting Gush using the alternate casting cost of
I think
returning
that's the
2
card he put in
islands.
his hand. This is looking like a lot of damage.
Yeah, that's a
He only
lot of
needs to do
damage.
5. Luis has 4 total blockers, and
Yeah, Luis
Caleb has 6 monks with prowess coming at him. And
Plus
he's-
the Monastery
yeah,
Mentor.
all
plus
of
the
which
car
are
instructs.
yeah. I think he's a stud.
Yeah. Caleb now using the
Random
just the
tokens that exist
token
on the
bin.
table.
He has 5 prowess triggers. This is going to be an attack for a lot of damage. That is very lethal, and the hand is
Yeah,
extended.
that's gonna be
Caleb
it.
is going to take this match in 3 games.